Hey, everyone good? Um, I'm back again. And tonight I've got a video for you from this. Hey, Kayla. She said, "Where's everyone at?" I don't know. They might be still at work. Um, so tonight we have a video from a creator I follow. I'm subscribed to, Alex Novell. He does like really good documentary, like YouTube documentaries. If you haven't heard of him, seriously go and check out his channel. Like I don't really recommend too many people on YouTube for obvious reasons. But I feel like uh I've been subscribed to him for a little while, and his content is really good quality. Like, he's a proper filmmaker. He actually goes out, he interviews people, he does research. Um, yeah, shout out Alex Novel. Like, I came across him, like, I think the first time I watched his channel was he had done a documentary about this guy called World of T-shirts. It's a bit, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit grim, some of the subjects he has in his videos, because it's about the kind of streaming world. Um, but very, very well done. So, and I noticed as well, like, he's a man, obviously, but he definitely supports women. Like, he doesn't need to say he does, it's just obvious in his content that comes across. And victims as well. Because in the World of T-shirts documentary, the guy that he featured in there, Mr. Based, like, he found out all this history about him, that a girl had died in his apartment a long time ago from a GHB overdose, even though she never touched it. And so he really looked into that, and he did an interview with her mum and everything. And this guy ended up like attacking him, like he actually assaulted him. Um, and he has a scar on his forehead from that. So he's really been through the wars, literally. But yeah, so I see this video and I was like, Ethan Klein, right? So obviously, we've been talking a lot about Alexa Nicholas lately and what she's been getting up to. And she has been collaborating. She is a collaborator with Ethan Klein. And it's kind of like funny watching this video because you can really see how they use the same techniques and like methods of weaponizing audiences, of playing victims, of going after people and silencing anyone that dares to criticize them. So I thought it'd be really interesting for me to show it to you all and do a reaction. Have I heard of Soft White Underbelly? Yeah, I have heard of Soft White Underbelly. And yeah, I've never watched it, but I am very aware of him. I actually made a video about him. One of my first videos was about Mark Later and Adam 22 and how they were very similar. And I've definitely been following recently, like, there's a few people now making videos about him, like calling him out and stuff. So yeah, what did I see today? That something happened with the Whitakers, the inbred family that he I think they were one of the first people he put on his channel, and he was like mad because someone else went and made a video about them, and then it turned in this big internet drama because the other guy, who I'm not a fan of either, Oli Oliveira, Tyler Oliveira, is it? Yeah, he's like a fake journalist, but he went and asked them. He was like, "Where did all the money go?" Because Mark Later's apparently earned like 100 grand for those people, he definitely didn't give them 100 grand. So apparently now, what I heard earlier, 2 of them have been taken into custody, I think, or something. Like there's something going on. And yeah, I mean, it's just basically if he had left them alone, then they wouldn't be going through what they're going through right now, because now they've kind of become like celebrities in a way. So other people are going over there to trouble them and harass them and try and film them and make content. So yeah, I heard about that. And I heard about the girlfriend dying in the bath as well. Yeah, there's something not right about him. I mean, obviously, because I knew about the Amanda Rabb story, and I always felt like when I really started to look into that whole story that he was the one that was putting her in the treatment center. He went and filmed her in the treatment center. He was literally there like the day before she passed away, and he was the one that put out the press release about her dying. He was the one that paid for her funeral. Lima became the scapegoat for the whole story, if you ask me. But I've talked enough about that on other videos. So yeah, let's get on to Ethan Klein. How they have an audience. I was thinking the same thing, you know, because it's like this content it's just pure online bullying. That is literally all it is to me, all it seems like to me. And mainly going after women. So obviously we have this woman, Taylor Lorenz, these 2 streamers. So he's been basically because I kind of looked it up, he sued. No, he got sued when he first started his channel. Like, so because I was like, what even is this content? And apparently he's a comedy channel. Apparently this is meant to be comedy. So yeah, he was sued in 2017 for copyright infringement. And then he argued that it was fair use. And apparently he won. So to see that he's now using that same law to go after people, like, do you know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable that because he won a fair use claim, he now thinks it's appropriate to go after other people saying it's not fair use. But yeah, I have no idea who watches it. Apparently his figures are falling anyway. But yeah, so we've got Taylor Lorenz. We've got these streamers that he's suing because they live streamed his content like I'm doing now. It would be like the guy that made this video suing me for doing this. And this girl, I think her channel is called Mad Life, Crazy World or something. Anyway. That's
all right. We need to get this here in its own neighborhood with its own kind. That's what it's fantasy.
The culture war is raging on all fronts. Foot soldiers, fresh off the assembly line, strike the hot iron of the battlefield in droves, inoculated with the pounding drums of war.
It's going to war, you know what it is, guys. It's fucking straight up. The front lines, I'm going to the front today to fight for the Jewish people.
Trapped in a never-ending battle against...
So this is like the intro. I think he's kind of like, it's meant to be like he's very creative, this guy, by the way. Like I said, he's a proper filmmaker. So I think it's kind of like meant to be like a computer game simulation. But this is just the intro. Don't get put off.
Anyone brave enough to fight back. The architect of the culture war sits safe and tucked away from the horrors of the front lines, with endless resources and endless rage for the world that he created. But maybe, just maybe, we can turn back the clock. Maybe this time we can actually stop Judgment Day from happening once and for all. Face the force, power and all the hate, and shut it down for good. It's the only way to bring about change to the chaos of war. Some people think that change is impossible.
Did you watch that video, Kayla? Cruel World, Happy Mind. I heard about it. A lot of these things I hear about it because you just see people making videos about it. I didn't actually watch it. She's okay. Like I've watched some of her videos, but I didn't watch that one. Any good? I mean, anyway, she's going to be featured, so I'll let her speak for herself. Let's carry on.
Possible, and maybe they're right. Because if I know one thing, it's that culture war never changes.
If you want to have a job in the next 5 years.
There's a lot of adverts. I'm really sorry. I tried to get rid of them all by watching it.
Let me tell you guys a story.
Ethan Klein can't stop harassing women on the internet.
You know I don't like talking about women's looks.
Yeah, said that one. You don't need to. You don't need to.
It's beneath me. That being said, you pig, you loser. It looks like she lives in a swamp. It looks like she hasn't showered, and she is a succubus. You're a fucking piece of shit. You are the biggest fucking. Oh, can I
How this guy can say he's not misogynist is beyond me.
say it? She did. Fuck you. I can call her a bitch. I can call her a horrible person, but I would never do that. I would never say that. And no, I mean that. I only use this harsh language to exemplify the fact that I can say whatever I want about her.
Can I just say that we don't have a clique problem at this school? And some of us shouldn't have to take this workshop because some of us are just victims.
I thought it was really funny that we had just made a video about Alexa Nicholas comparing it to Mean Girls, and then he's used Mean Girls as well. I was like, oh, great minds think alike.
In this situation,
That's probably true. How many of you have ever felt personally victimized by
Ethan Klein?
Whether he's victimizing himself about anti-Semitism or those dreaded snarkers, Ethan has spent the last 2 years honing his blade of victimhood and using it to strike down any woman who dares to criticize him.
This insane harassment and defamation campaign that you've been sucked into. And while you are trying to be this fair arbiter of truth and research, you are repeating straight up fucking lies as part of a anti-Semitic hate campaign. And I'm not saying she is yet.
You may.
And you're saying swastika hilt should not make me feel uncomfortable. No, you're insane.
Mm.
And what, 3 million people watched that, and nobody who supports him thought that that was a little fucking nuts, a little fucked up to tell that? It's just like, these people don't give a fuck. It makes it's kind of disillusioning where it's like, do these people care about this at all, about anyone?
But that blade of victimhood cuts both ways, as both his YouTube channels are bleeding subscribers. The H3 podcast, Ethan's main channel, has lost almost 400,000 subscribers since January of 2024, making them one of the fastest shrinking communities on the platform.
Let's be real. Let's call a spade a spade. The views are down. We'll get them back. These are people that I wanted to shed anyway. Let's be real. I knew what I was doing when I got into this.
Mm-hmm.
But
saying you wanted to get rid of your viewers is crazy. I do not believe he's talking the truth right here. No one wants to shed their viewers. And if you do, then change your content to something better, not worse.
The views are down, the members are down, the revenue's down. And
Ethan's called. Listen to him. He's like Tiny Tim, man.
Dude.
He's like Tiny Tim over here.
But Ethan Klein will not go down without a fight. When he's not going scorched earth on his former friends and colleagues, Ethan Klein spends his time fighting multiple court battles and rage texting anyone who disagrees with him. I was actually lucky enough to be on the receiving end of some incredibly paranoid Ethan Klein rage texts that I've taken the artistic liberty of bringing to life with a dramatic reenactment.
This is so funny. Like, this is what I mean about this guy. He's so creative, yeah. Because apparently Ethan Klein has spoken openly about Michael Jackson being a pedophile. So he's got a Michael Jackson lookalike to read out his text conversations that he had with Ethan Klein. So we can't sue him.
In this dramatic reenactment, the part of Ethan Klein will be played by Michael Jackson.
Hope mediation went well yesterday. Let me know if you think today will work better for you or if tomorrow is better. I know you have a show today, so no worries if you need to postpone. I'm around all day today and tomorrow.
Meditation ended up taking like 13 hours.
No worries. Can we talk tomorrow?
I don't know if he meant if he said meditation or because he meant mediation. But that was wild.
Frequently retweeting the account called Ethan's Attic, whose sole purpose is to lambast my declining mental health. Do you think it's okay to target someone's mental health as a partisan attack?
I retweeted him for sharing my video. I'm a small creator. Retweets do not equal endorsements.
Oh, okay.
I mean, as if Ethan Klein doesn't know that. He's such an idiot. That's what I love about this. Like, it just shows him for what he really is, a horrible, nasty, mean dummy.
All my accounts are public. It's not a gotcha that I've interacted with these folks before.
Here is a post that you retweeted. That jacket is fitting because Ethan Klein is now just a locale. Do you think I'm a locale?
I think he has always been.
I don't know if you, in case you're watching this, you don't know what a lolcow is, because honestly, I did not know what a lolcow was until about a year or so ago. But basically, it's someone who's online who they can just be like a TikToker or Instagrammer, and it's basically they have a following because people laugh at them. They tend to be like not the best looking people. There's some of them live in very squalid environments. They definitely have mental health issues going on. So it's not a compliment at all.
Kind of this way. So I have been watching H3 since the beginning. I remember my first article about H3 is in like 2018, I think is when I first started writing about him in Newsweek. And I've always found his content fascinating, but it's evolved so much over time. He's starting to get more and more paranoid. Ethan Klein has become more siloed off. And I don't think he even leaves the house anymore except to go to the podcast. He's kind of scared of everything. That's why he's like siloed himself off in this $1 million mansion. And I think over time, that problem has only gotten worse.
Ethan Klein is actually in a state of psychosis.
Yeah.
I think part of what's it feels maddening. It feels like gaslighting, like crazy making. Like it's so frustrating to look at all these super woke people.
First of all, he has this really annoying cough that goes all the way. I thought it was like going to be one clip that he had it, but it's literally he just has this annoying cough, and he has these annoying like tics. Like there's something not right with him at all physically. Because I have seen old stuff that he used to do, and he did not used to be like that. Sorry, that he did. And also, it's just like the same arguments, like, oh, anti-Semitic, woke. Do you know what? Anyone that says woke to me, that is immediately like red flag. Just doesn't mean anything. It's just obviously to stir up people's anger because it's just meaningless. I don't even know what it means still to this day.
And nobody fucking can see what's happening.
But I do know that there is an anti-woke agenda, because that is what Turning Point says their content exists for. They said we need to make content to go against the wokeness, or whatever they call it, in university. So that is why organizations like Turning Point and all these other ones that put out propaganda, like right-wing propaganda, it's a real thing. Like, honestly, I thought I was imagining it until I actually saw it on their website. That is what they do.
Ethan's paranoia has clearly overtaken his online personality to the point that it's become the fuel for his entire content machine.
She's doing the thing where she's saying this Jew is hallucinating anti-Semitism. He's tricked his audience into thinking there's anti-Semitism, and he's making them paranoid. And it's actually totally fucking insane. Like, this is just straight up Nazi racism. Like, holy fuck.
From Ethan's perspective, everyone is out to get him. But that also means that everyone is also fair game to be targeted by him.
Listen, if you're going to talk shit about me, I have a policy. This goes for everybody. I don't give a fuck how small of a creator you are. If you talk shit, you're fair game. And if you can't deal with it, then don't make the fucking video. Welcome to online.
Oh, yeah, you're not listening.
I'm not like all the other bitches that you can shit on and fucking just collect
It's funny because he is the one that literally can't deal with it.
the free views. That's not how I do it, okay?
Ethan's quite successfully turned the word snarker into a catch-all term for anyone who criticizes him.
Snark needs to start being used as a pejorative. Like, that needs to be a slur. Someone's a snarker, that's like a straight up like racial slur.
But then we don't
not
want to say it.
Right. No, you can say it, but it's like, you can say it.
Not if it's a racial slur.
It's genius, really. He doesn't have to address any criticism. He can just say that every person criticizing him is part of a deranged snarker hate mob.
You are so dumb. Yeah, this alleged harassment campaign. Thanks to Content Crash Out, the most deranged and also snark subreddit, for giving me all the information I ever needed about Ethan. It didn't invite speculation from anyone out the most deranged snark circles. That's what snark brain is, and that's what he's suffering from. You don't have to suffer from snark brain. We need a hotline. 1-800.
If you're obsessed about good design, this might be for you.
We went to what, 24 different factories? They were all like
4 years ago, we set out to make a toothbrush that was radically better.
Adverts are so psychotic as well.
Brain.
Ethan didn't invent hate mobs, but he is an expert on weaponizing his own.
All right, let's go to war, guys. Speaking of which, and like I said, when you see what's going on, I have no choice. I have to do this. I want to get along with the fun and the games and just have silly, fun episodes. And listen, we did have some silly, fun, lighthearted episodes this week. I'm glad to offer a variety. However, when this is happening, when the war is coming, listen, I'm like Ukraine. When the war comes to me, I have no choice but to defend myself.
Okay.
I'm being invaded, okay?
Okay.
Oh my God, he just compared himself to the Ukraine war, just like, what's his face? Steve Sarowitz, comparing himself to defending the studio, like protecting Israel from Hamas. These people's sense of delusion and grandeur is off the scale. And look what I mean about the way he's looking at his hand, like moving his hand.
And and ironically, I'm also being invaded by a bunch of fucking commie tankies.
Besides his rabid community of YouTube members, Reddit foot soldiers, and troopers. Ethan Klein also has a network of commentary orbiters leading him for drama content.
Nicholas Diorio, my fucking best friend, dude. I call him Jolly Saint Nick. I love Nicholas Diorio. I'll say it. I've been watching your content. I think you're very funny guy.
And I feel like your coverage has been really good on topics that I end up watching. Like you're good with research.
He's the Pope.
Top slopper and cousin of John Pork, Nicholas Diorio, made over $241,000 in a single year covering the Ethan Klein drama in his classic VTuber slop format.
See what I've been talking about, how these content creators all leech off of each other, like, until they fall out.
This is why I respect this guy. He stands on fucking business. That's what he's doing right now. It could have been so easy to just maintain a friendship with Hassan and just flow through, cashing in the money from these fucking freaks. But instead, he's doing this, and I respect him endlessly for it.
For years, Ethan's content was about goofing on people. But if you tune into the H3 podcast today, Ethan is just using his show as a platform to destroy his enemies. And who
to your point about the drug use, I very much am on board with that idea, very much. Like the eyes, there's a lot of nose touching, there's a lot of twitching, and if you put all that together with the delusion and the paranoia, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's what it's giving.
Who does he choose to destroy? Well, lately, it's almost exclusively women.
Ethan Klein claims he will never be done harassing iDubbbz and his wife, and he said, that's not what I said. And if that is what I said, if I did say that, then you guys still deserve it. And by the way, you can never accuse me of harassing them after what they did.
Did you see, look, see what I mean? Let me see if I can just watch the way he...
Destroy? Well, lately, it's almost exclusively women.
Ethan Klein claims he will never be done harassing iDubbbz and his wife, and he said, that's not what I said. And if that is what I said, if I did say that, then you guys still deserve it. And by the way, you can never accuse me of harassing them after what they did. I can never harass them. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, it will never qualify as harassment because what they did that launched this, fuck them both forever.
If you're afraid that everyone you meet is going to come after you, like, what does that do to a person? It makes you into a perpetual victim.
It's giving as well, Justin Baldoni.
It's always about, I am the, again, I am the victim. I am the one at fault. You are bullying me. Though I am bigger, though I am more aggressive, though I speak in hyperbole about how these people are the most awful things on the planet, which again is also kind of part of the Ethan Klein brand, is that everyone else attacking me is okay to attack. But if you attack me, that is considered unacceptable, and my audience should know about that.
And that's giving Alexa Nicholas 100.
It is, I can do whatever I want. I feel like I can attack anyone I want. But if I give that same response back, then you deserve no sympathy.
There's certain lines you cross, and you cross it with the wrong people, and that's what you did. Just wait. Just wait. Okay? I can't wait for videos crying, Ethan's suing me. Ethan's stalking me. Ethan's all this.
Mm-hmm.
Yup! I'm doing all that. I'll see you soon.
Ethan didn't sue XQC, who he previously accused of being a content thief.
No, you still are a content thief, in my opinion.
Take it back.
No, why would I take it back?
Because if you're going to reel it back and say,
I just said that wasn't a good analytical point. I still think you're a content thief.
He went for women in the commentary space, smaller creators that he could bury in legal fees and bully into hostage-style apologies.
There's so many people, in my opinion, that owe me an apology that I'm honestly not. I'm not complaining about any of the ones I get.
Ethan Klein's long-running struggle with his ingrained misogyny has gotten him into a few controversies over the years. years. But nowadays, his show has morphed into almost exclusively misogynistic rants about women who have criticized his rhetoric.
Yeah, and I'm not here to criticize anyone's
I'm not either, but
fashion
like
and stuff.
As a parent.
But like, if you're gonna get on camera like this, like, how dare you sit there and moralize and theorize and LARP like a fucking mental health professional of any kind?
One thing I really cannot stand, and I really, really try not to, is to just go for someone's appearance. Like, it's just the lowest form of criticism. Like, obviously, there's some things you can comment on, like what I'm saying about his facial expressions and his gestures and stuff like that. But like, if that's all you got, then just take a seat, is how I look at it. Especially when it comes to just going after a woman for their looks. While I'm here, ex-patriarch Kayla, yeah, I do know of him. I used to watch some of his videos, but what I will say is I don't know enough about him to say that he supports other female creators. That's all I can say. I noticed that he does a lot of like tweeting, like reposting trolls on Twitter and stuff, and I'm just not really into that for the reasons that they're going to go into in this video.
You don't know anything.
I have to admit, I slipped up the other day.
Kinda is.
I called Taylor Lorenz the
I
dealer.
love it.
No, but she is.
But I do regret saying that. I don't like using
You
the
have
dealer
to, but
on-
like
on a
you
woman.
reserve it for the special cases.
But
I
yeah,
also like
sometimes
that,
it really.
As far as other male content creators, I feel like I've come a long way in terms of like not using that word in a misogynistic way, right? I almost phase it out entirely. I can call her a bitch, I can call her a horrible person, but I would never do that. Denims is a dumb fucking bitch. She's a fucking bitch.
His fans, I couldn't help but the whole time feel like, shut up, bitch! The way that I felt.
Hey, Rock. You know what? Standing up for the Rock. He's right.
Throwback right there.
She really is. She really is a Nazi B word. Can you call her a Nazi B word for me?
Nazi bitch.
Yeah, thank you.
I just really cannot imagine who is sitting there watching this thinking it is good. Honestly, it's disturbing. It's actually disturbing.
Tamara, do you want to call her a Nazi B word? You're another Jewish woman. I can.
Wait, I don't think she's there.
Any Jewish women want to call her a Nazi B word?
I don't think she's there.
Oh, she's not there?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll call my mom.
Among all
Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone, you psycho adverts.
Among all the women that he spends his time raging about, perhaps no one has been harassed by Ethan Klein more than Taylor Lorenz.
Taylor Lorenz, brief update on my best friend, my favorite girl, Taylor Lorenz. Taylor Lorenz was accusing me of being a misogynist for saying she looked like a ventriloquist dummy.
Did you hear the sniff then? I'm just saying. By the way, you 100% are a misogynist. No doubt.
But here she is making fun of my small feet, trying to demasculate me. Yeah, you saw Taylor Lorenz there, eh?
I saw and a bunch of other people.
You said she was looking real sour.
Yeah.
Nobody probably wants to be friends with her because they're afraid she's gonna like write down what they misrepresent, some weird shit, and write an article about them.
She was yucking it up with some people. It looks like she had
more like yucky and it up.
What's Ethan's goal with targeting you, do you think?
I think he hates women in a lot of ways. But I think it's the Hassan thing too. Like, I'm a progressive woman, like in Hassan's like broader internet circle. And I think he's a bigot who doesn't, he doesn't like progressive women.
I've known Taylor personally for many years, and Taylor has always kind of been a target of right-wing harassment campaigns.
I was just going to say as well, this guy who's talking at the moment, I should put a link for this video in my description, But if you check it, this guy has started a channel which I didn't know with Kat Tenbarge. So yeah, I guess he knows Kat Tenbarge as well. Who we also know these people are trying to shut down because they hate journalists, first of all, and they hate female journalists.
Taylor responds to these people, and that is what they want out of an enemy. They want someone who will keep engaging and will keep creating content for them. Ethan keeps going and then Taylor responds, which he has every right to do, but it keeps the content mill running over and over and over. I think when it comes to like Ethan's, Ethan definitely, I believe, having spoken to a lot of the women he's gone after, he definitely goes after women a lot. Like it's undeniable at this point.
Ethan Klein's obsession with Taylor Lorenz runs deep. Between the hundreds of Instagram stories and podcast callouts, it's clear that Ethan Klein is using his platform to try to destroy Taylor's professional reputation.
Taylor, you are a propagandist scumbag. This is not reporting. This is hackery.
This thing about being a propagandist, see, this is the thing, yeah. It's like we know these right-wing people really are propagandists, pro-Israel, anti-defamation league. These are actual straight-up propaganda, content farms, content like institutions, organizations. Like they're paying content creators to make propaganda. Taylor Lorenz, I don't know, but I think she's like more on the independent side, and she also works for like established newspapers and stuff, which you could argue is not independent, but they have to follow rules and laws when it comes to journalism. So it's just like ridiculous what he's saying.
Oh, Taylor. Oh shit. Taylor, okay, I wasn't prepared for this.
Thanks so much for chatting with me.
I'll be totally honest with you. I don't respect your reporting.
Yeah,
and I don't think you're honest.
And this is really sick what they're doing. So what they've done is they've like taken a video of her doing an interview and made it look like they're speaking to her. So they're like, he's putting his own questions and making it look like she's replying to him. It's just really freaky and crazy and giving stalkery.
Believe actual journalism.
Is that you?
Thanks so much for chatting with me.
Taylor, not if you're a hack. Not if you're a hack. Yep. Taylor, not if you will support Hassan until the very end, no matter what, with the small hope that, that if you're the last woman on earth, maybe he'll sleep with you.
Oh my God. When I heard that, I was just like, grow the F up, dude. Seriously, it's so pathetic. Like, because I think him and Hassan used to do a podcast together, and it's just obvious that now Hassan, again, I've watched some of his content, like he's very pro-Palestine. He's just so jealous. He is just so jealous, but it's just so childish to say, oh, you're only sticking up for him because you want to sleep with him. It's pathetic. And you know, I love how informed my audience is. She used to work for the Washington Post, left shortly after. The owner of an influencer sued her. Oh, she has her own Substack. Yeah, she has a YouTube channel. It does pretty well. I've gotta say.
Not if that's all true. Go ahead. Go ahead. Not if that's.
Thanks so much for chatting with me.
Okay, yeah, I knew it. And she's so mad, and I just can't get over the fact that like Taylor Lorenz keeps lecturing our community, which is majority female.
That's crazy when he says their community is majority female. I really imagined it to be male watching.
On how much I'm dangerous to women.
Guess what? I have bad news for you, Alex. Women are deeply misogynistic. This is what I'm talking about. What do you think snark Reddits are? Snark subreddits are the picture of misogyny on the internet. I don't know where people got the idea that women don't uphold misogyny. He's a misogynist, first of all. Everything he says misogynistic stuff all the time. He's deeply misogynistic and appears to have he look at all the stuff that he said about young women. He just traffics in misogynistic hate, and that feeds these snark communities, because Ethan is actually has a very symbiotic relationship with the snark communities. He has recognized that the snarkers on the internet, these, again, which I've reported on for years, they are vicious, misogynistic, and hateful. And he loves to leverage those people against the women that he targets.
That's really sad. The proudest and most outspoken misogynist you've interacted with are women? Really? Wow. I mean, I would say, what's her name? BJ Investigates. She's very anti-women, and I didn't realize it at first because, like, the reason why I started watching her channel was because I thought she cared about other women. I thought she cared about black women, but I soon found out I'd got that wrong. And I think one of the main things that put me off about her was that she was supporting this man that clearly was disrespectful and abusive to women, and she allowed him to do it on her platform. So I can believe it. I just try and stay away from people like that in my interactions.
Great source there, girlie. You fucking dumbass. Fuck you.
The HD podcast.
Actually, fuck you. Like, fuck you. Fuck you.
After releasing a video about Ethan Klein on her own YouTube channel, YouTuber Cruel World Happy Mind was...
See, I think this is why he went after her, because, look, she has 651K. That is a good amount. It's too much for him. That's too many people for him to ignore.
Invited on the H3 podcast for what she thought would be a good faith conversation. Little did she know, Ethan and his whole crew had prepared an entire docket of debate-style questions for her.
I do not think he knows how to have a good faith conversation. No way. But still.
First of all, thanks for calling. Nice to meet you virtually.
Yeah.
I appreciate it a lot. So what I want to do today is talk through it, right? And I can express myself, you can express yourself, and we'll see if there's any understandings brought. I'm going to try my best to be respectful.
The cough.
And I want to have a productive conversation, right? So that's my goal here. Do you know what happened on our...
She called out Illuminati? Wow. Oh, is that... Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. Illuminati. Yes. Didn't, like, Illuminati, like, use some of her content or something? And then she called out, and then that made her channel get really big. Yeah, there's always a reason why people's channels blow up. I study this stuff very carefully. Respect to her, though, anyway.
October 7th?
We were living it still because my family lives there.
Do you think Hamas was... Do you think Hamas are terrorists?
Do you think I'm dressed like a pedophile? I don't understand. What is your point?
Seeing, your past Reddit accounts, seeing the sort of jokes that you continually make about pedophilia, seeing all of that and your closeness with the brand, I was kind of like, essentially, that association you
Do I
know,
make a lot of jokes
that's sort
about
of what I was.
pedophilia? I mean, I acknowledge I had that old account that's like 15 years old and stuff. But do I make jokes about pedophilia? I don't think so. That's not like a frequent topic. I mean, I talk about Michael Jackson. That's true. Michael.
Katie said to me, I think it was on one of our lives, Katie from Online Bullshit Pod, she knew about his pedophile page, so I guess it's pretty widely known.
Jackson, you know, I make Michael Jackson jokes.
What do you think about people who make jokes about Michael?
I think it's cruel. I think it's cruel because I think also it's cruel to do that to somebody who's passed away. So it's, you know, the fact that he's been attacked after death is just such a sad thing.
What do you think Michael would have thought about Ethan? I'm ready to get started whenever you are. So
No, I'm not done yet.
we only got like 30 minutes. So whenever you're ready,
Will you do the moonwalk with me?
I'll try.
Okay.
He's so
Then we can do it.
tiny. I was
Okay.
like, oh my
Okay.
God.
So you're gonna go up on the right toe. You slide the left back. It's not bad, actually. Tell me, why did you share this post from Froggy Tonic encouraging people to insult me in real life? Sorry, I mean, who has? Not that you shared a post of him doing this. Do you think I deserve violence in some physical response?
You're lying. And you know what doesn't lie? The cameras.
In Real Housewives. I mean,
everyone is very
Real
hot.
Housewives.
Shane was coming on to you again.
It is chaos.
Again, dude, I've been covering this story and chatting with the individuals involved. How would you suggest I go about getting these people to speak frankly about the situation? I don't think you deserve violence or anguish for internet drama, but you realize I'm also Jewish and have faced anti-Semitism online before, right?
I did not know you were Jewish. I'm sorry. Condolences.
I love how he did the side eye emoji. That was what I was going to say. This guy and Stephen, the Java journalist he's talking to, they're both Jewish. They're both Jewish. They don't follow this pro-IDF, pro-Israel narrative that these people want to make out, that if you speak out against it, it means you're anti-Semitic. It's a lie. It is a lie. There are a lot of Jewish people that don't buy into that.
I should have been like smarter going about it. If I was told like, hey, we're sitting down for a debate, I would have like maybe gone about it differently. But it was like, hey, we're gonna have a conversation here. Like let's have a kind conversation. And then it's like rephrased as like this is the debate.
But the live ambush from Ethan was just the beginning of the harassment towards Cruel World Happy Mind. She and her partner began to receive tons of threatening messages from riled up H3 fans.
My husband got like one of the most intense messages that we got sent, where someone sent him a message saying that they're going to show up at our house, break my jaw, or they called us like a Nazi, our Nazi family. They were going to show up at our house, break my jaw, break my child's jaw. I forget what else they said, but like that was like the gist of the message. And so Ethan had sent me a message after he did that whole podcast and said that I should come back on his show, that he wants me to come back on his show. And so the only thing I responded is just sending him like this screenshot, because I was like curious, like, and then someone just said they're going to show up at our house and break our jaws. Like, what are you going to say? And all he responds is that's just a snarker. That's not our audience. That's a snarker. That's not our audience.
It's not a snarker. This is what I'm saying. Like when because some people have said to me like, oh, why don't you just start a Twitter, or, you know, you can promote your channel in other spaces. And I'm like, because I don't really believe that's what Twitter's for. Twitter is literally a troll farm. Like, My channel is on YouTube. I need people on YouTube to watch my videos. And if you're on, when I had my own channel under my own name on Twitter, it was really hard to get people to watch your videos from Twitter. What it does do, if you start engaging with trolls, you get these kind of attacks. That's why I don't do it. Like, any place you put yourself where you have a DM opportunity, they're going to send hate. So I get why people do it, because it does build up your notoriety. It does build up your profile in other spaces. But is it worth it? For me, no. And I'm not trying to say, she shouldn't do that, because obviously she has a different career path doing this as a full-time YouTuber. But it opens you up to this kind of attack. And there ain't nothing the platforms are doing about it either.
And then he says, you're victimizing yourself.
By the way, my community doesn't harass people.
That's not true. Let me explain to you
absolutely, provably, empirically
do you want to hear my perspective, or do you want to fucking just keep playing clips that your production team put together?
Ethan's not even really a commentator anymore. He's a CEO, a capital owner, and his product is drama.
I really miss the time when we could produce fun segments without having to sensationalize or clickbait it and just upload it, knowing people were going to enjoy it. I think the only way they'll push it is if it's hyper specified to you, which is why super specific drama stuff tends to do the best.
Ethan has long said that he models the H3 podcast after the Howard Stern show, but Ethan's ignoring a big difference here. Howard Stern had bosses. Howard Stern had limits set by people that were above him. Ethan Klein answers to no one, and that's part of the problem.
How the fuck are you supposed to grow a business and, participate in this space? I feel like serial rapists and murderers get treated the same way.
Like I know people that worked on somebody like James Charles' shoot, and they're treating me the same way.
When you have no guardrails, no one to tell you, hey, maybe don't rage text that guy, or maybe suing that small creator is a bad look, you end up here, isolated.
This is why I feel like these creators are attacking journalists as well, because, like I've been saying, journalists have to work within a framework. And these dummies, these creators, they can't understand. If you don't have anyone checking you and you're not checking yourself, it doesn't lead to anything good. It's just a power struggle, which you're never going to win. You cannot control people. That's what it is. It's like a battle for control. It's like battle to control the whole world just because you have a channel. It's so insane. That's what it feels like.
In a mansion, surrounded by yes men, and convinced the whole world is out to get you while you bleed subscribers by the hundreds of thousands.
I don't talk about this because because it's painful and I don't want people to know. But I'll say, I mean, it's from a professional perspective, our entire lives are ruined. Collaborations, partners, business partners, employees.
You know what the cough reminds me of? When she does the thing in Mean Girls, when she's like, I'm really sick.
Creators, friends. Brittany Broski just completely stopped responding to me. Brittany Broski. Look, I don't...
Who's Brittany Broski? I don't know who that is.
Blame her if she doesn't want to get involved in. I've seen what this harassment looks like, and I've seen what she received for basically doing nothing, right? So I don't blame her for wanting to not be involved in that, but it doesn't feel fucking good knowing that somebody that I was friends with in real life, that I had rapport with, that I hung out with, that I talked to about, making a show together at one point, that we were in regular contact, just all of a sudden fucking quietly unfollows me and everything H3 related. Sure, I don't blame her. I'm not angry at her, but at the same time, What the fuck did I do? Of course, I don't blame her. These people are the worst, you know? But we'll get them, guys. We'll get them. You know me. I'll ruin my fucking life in the pursuit of getting these people.
Ethan Klein is involved in a number of frivolous lawsuits right now that he claims are due to infringements on his copyright.
I've really resented this narrative from Hassan and all of these people in orbit who say their lawsuits are frivolous. When you spend a second to look into it, it's clearly not frivolous. And they keep rehashing the same dumb arguments like, oh, if it wasn't frivolous, why aren't you suing Asmongold? Dude, I said it in the video. I said it 1,000,000 times over every time. It's because they
not the same.
They willfully and maliciously copyright infringe.
Yeah.
In actuality, Ethan's lawsuits are a tool to scare and silence his critics. A tactic that Ethan Klein learned the hard way after being scared and silenced himself by film industry mogul and former Harvey Weinstein lookalike Ryan Kavanaugh.
Ryan Kavanaugh was probably one of the last, real powerful men that he went after. And look what happened with that. Casey Tron had to do a similar form of public humiliation that he did with the Ryan Kavanaugh lawsuit.
I think that's really interesting because I've seen that with other situations where a man that commits violence against a woman is because they're holding on to some kind of grudge for something that was done to them, and then they take it out on someone that's weaker than them. It's a real thing.
To Ryan Kavanaugh, I want to offer my sincere and unreserved apology. At the time, I was led to believe you were behind a particular copyright lawsuit. Acting on that belief, I went on and attacked you publicly and persistently. In doing so, I failed to consider the personal impact of my actions. And I lost sight of the basic respect every person deserves, regardless of any dispute. That hit its home. Because of the attention I placed on you, I know that you and your family became the target of harassment and hate. And truly, none of them deserved any of that. The hurt that, was caused by my actions is something I take full responsibility for, and I am truly sorry for that.
This is the apology he had to read out because he lost against this guy, Kavanaugh, who I've not heard of him either. Honestly, watching this stuff makes me realize I don't know nearly as much about the internet as I think I do, which I think maybe that's not such a bad thing.
With this apology and with full respect, I ask that anybody who may have been acting on my behalf directly or indirectly stop immediately. Ryan and his family and his associates should be left alone now for good.
Ethan spent what some called the best years of the H3 podcast fighting a legal battle against Ryan Kavanaugh over what was initially a copyright infringement lawsuit that then spiraled into multiple defamation cases.
I'm just going to type Ryan Kavanaugh, and I'm not going to, but I'll say this. He does resemble Harvey Weinstein physically, and that's all I'll say about that. If you Google Ryan Kavanaugh, you'll probably find on the top.
Does Ryan Kavanaugh look like HarveyWeinstein.com? What the fuck?
You know that's my website, right?
That's so stupid.
We made that website to help the public.
I don't think he looked anything like Harvey Weinstein, by the way. I don't even know what he was talking about there.
5 months ago, those lawsuits finally settled, with Ethan on the considerable losing end, having to deliver a public apology to Ryan Kavanaugh on his podcast, as well as censor all of the previous mentions of him on his show.
I'm not accusing Ryan Kavanaugh, the guy who's suing me from Chiller, of sexual impropriety. I just think they look similar. That's all. Just make that clear.
Having to remove the best years of your videos and apologize to someone who financially wrecked you for what's probably hundreds of thousands of dollars has to inflict some form of psychological trauma and damage on you. But for Ethan, settling with Ryan Kavanaugh was just a necessary evil so he could pursue his righteous cause of suing women who reacted to his YouTube video.
The whole point of these lawsuits for me has been activism from the start. That's the primary purpose of this. And so when I hear that she's kind of learned how to be more mindful with the way she interacts with copyrighted or other people's property, then I think that's a big win for both of us. I think that's a huge dub. If you have a problem with what I'm saying, talk about that. Also, why are you literally lying and defaming the dude who's like suing everybody talking shit right now? Like, people are not learning. They will not learn. They don't believe me still or something. I'm suing 3 people. This is not the end of it.
One of his lawsuits against Casey Tron just settled and ended with Casey Tron delivering a somber public apology. Gee, I wonder where they learned that trick.
I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins.
You know what? I should just let it play for you guys, right? And we can go back and enjoy certain moments of it. Or, I mean, not enjoy, because certainly that's not the right word to say, but to appreciate.
You know, Casey.
I think he meant enjoying. And honestly, I did see that video a few weeks ago. Like, I felt sorry for the girl. I don't even know her. But she was so, like, she just looked so beaten down when she was reading. She was obviously reading it out. It's just like, I don't know how I was going to say, I don't know how he sleeps at night. I don't think he does sleep at night. But how can you live with yourself treating girls like that? Honestly, like, it's just ridiculous. She's such a small creator compared to him. Like, it's really psycho behavior doing that.
Casey Tron, on multiple occasions, has said that she felt that she couldn't afford to do it because she is taking care of, you know, multiple family members who cannot work. And Ethan Klein doing that, knowing that situation, and instead forcing her to release some sort of hostage-style apology, just kind of makes the whole situation look incredibly, you know, gross.
It's clear that Ethan's goal here is not to establish some kind of new precedent for copyright law. It's just to inflict the same trauma and public embarrassment that he received from Ryan Kavanaugh onto his own enemies, who are, again, mostly women creators who have smaller subscriber counts than him.
Ethan has kind of used that, you know, these women did this, you know, copyright abuse in his mind as kind of like a way to shoo off any of the criticisms of misogyny.
To the lawsuit stuff. Now, people are scrambling to draw defense up for the indefensible. There is basically 3 people making the most damning confessions on video. There is no way to honestly defend these people. But I predicted what would happen.
Oh my god, this is like the second time I'm watching this through. If you notice his mannerisms, I can't believe no one has noticed this. Or maybe they have. But the amount of sniffing and twitching is unreal.
And of course, it's exactly what's happening. The refrains are attacking women, attacking small creators, silencing silencing criticism, targeting pro-Palestine voices, etc., etc.
Ethan's audience also knows that he's going through some kind of extended crash out because they try to inflict the same trauma and psychic damage onto whoever Ethan tells them is the enemy of the week. What Ethan's audience doesn't fully understand when trying to do this type of harassment is that by trying to give the snarkers a taste of their own medicine, they've become addicted to the formula of gaslighting and public harassment, just like the snark communities do.
Harassment podcast.
Yeah, that's what the H stands for.
Again, there's another snarking talking point.
Like such a Karen.
People outside of the snarking community don't use certain lines. Like
A harassment podcast.
A harassment podcast. It's nobody outside snark says that. Just an insanely dumb, totally random attack line that is just totally imagined in theirs.
I don't think so, because what else do you actually do on this channel? Like, I didn't even know until I looked it up today that you're supposed to be a comedy channel. So snark is, like I said, it's just another word for trolling. Literally. Like, it's like he done these lawsuits just so he had more people to go and troll. and keep his channel going on the back of that. That's what it feels like. And I keep remembering to myself, this is the person that Alexa Nicholas chose to go on and announce that she was doing a female journalist. Shake my head.
Psychotic world.
Snark is a made-up concept by Ethan Klein to weaponize his audience against people he disagrees with. I don't care what influencer you are. There is an audience of people who hate you. You know, every influencer has a snark community, if you feel that snark is a valid term. We exist in an online space that thrives on negativity. And I think Ethan Klein's packaging of snark has been incredibly lucrative for him.
This type of information warfare is a dime a dozen on the internet these days. Almost every online figure has a snark community in their name. But for some reason, Ethan claims that his snark community is the most dangerous.
I mean, how extreme do I need to get these people's attentions? I just don't understand. Because at a certain point, I personally, as a parent and as a person, I can't just sit idly by and let these people continue doing what they're doing.
For that reason, he's spending...
Did you hear that? Let me just see if I can back that up. I've gone too far. Oh gosh. The worst curse ever. Okay.
Dangerous.
I mean, how extreme do I need to get these people's attentions? I just don't understand. Because at a certain point, I personally, as a parent and as a person, I can't just sit idly by and let these people continue doing what they're doing.
For that,
what does being a parent have to do with it? If you are a parent, you should be showing a good example to your kids.
Reason he's spending even more of his hard-earned YouTube and Teddy Fresh money trying to subpoena Reddit and Discord to dox the individuals behind the snark accounts.
Y'all thought I was playing games? I'm coming. Y'all thought, oh, Ethan's not going to get our info. Oh, look at Ethan. He's not this and that. Oh, Reddit's not going to give it. Oh, they're not going to give us up. You're done. You're cooked. I'm coming. All I need is your IP address.
And so ultimately they will have a charge of copyright infringement filed against them?
That's correct.
That's the idea?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
The charge is specifically inducement of copyright. I don't know. There's some specific
inducement.
There's some specific terminology for it. But
no, I don't think there is. I really don't think you can get people's IP address from those platforms and then accuse them of stuff that they haven't done. That is definitely in your head.
then also, because some of your cohorts leaked your Discord messages to us, we have some of your Discord IDs. And guess what? We're gonna if anyone's gonna have your real identity, it's gonna be right there. We're gonna have all your messages.
Discord.
And listen, don't try to erase them. If you erase them now, it's not gonna look good. And you should know that I'll still get them even if you erase them.
I'm sympathetic to anybody that's going through such, that tells me rather that they're going through harassment, because I have dealt with so much of that. And so, I mean, they were making a lot of claims about Reddit at the time too, and snark subreddits, and that's something I've reported on a lot. I reached out to Reddit and I was like, hey, can you look?
So I don't get this, because it seems like she said she actually tried to help them.
Into this, like they're making all these claims that they're being doxxed, and the CPS people are calling their, from Reddit and everything. Reddit looked into it. They were like, not only did we not find that, but like,
oh yeah, I think I do remember hearing about this. It was something like their kids had got a disease from the animals or something. So someone did a welfare check on their kids. But I mean, I'm not being funny, but just looking at his behavior throughout this whole video, I definitely think it's someone, I don't think he's looking very healthy as a parent for kids to be around. But, you still can't be going around doxing people for that. I mean,
his community is actually being problematic and abusive.
When it comes to Ethan Klein's crash outs, they are being milked for content. It's all about how much can you engage with and how much can you milk a low cow. And Ethan Klein has proven that, like, he just wants the content. You know, he's milking himself at this point. There's no doubt in my mind that this is just like where he expects this to go and what he wants out of his YouTube experience.
Now, if you don't watch my channel a lot, you wouldn't know this, but I was actually involved in a pretty public lawsuit as well. All that
He was talking about the family getting Giardia, which is a commonly contracted from dog species, and CPS investigated him. Oh yeah, I knew it was something like that. But are we sure that's why they investigated him, or did he just make that up as a cover story? I'm just saying, because he looks very high in a lot of these clips.
Not to say I know how to read these legal papers, and I've done it a couple times. And while Ethan's attorney may be very talented and charge him a lot of money, these subpoenas read like the incredibly deranged ramblings of someone wealthy enough to try to litigate public opinion on the internet. And that doesn't mean that the courts won't take it seriously. I mean, this is America, a country that was founded on frivolous lawsuits from the rich.
Tonight, you are saying to our viewers that you will go forward and file a defamation lawsuit against the BBC.
Well, I think I have an obligation to do it. Yes, I have to. You know, why not? Because they defrauded the public.
Well, listen up, mods, haters, snarkers. It's going to start settling.
Well, in all seriousness, let's be serious for a minute. Yeah, this whole thing of Donald Trump smearing the BBC, I couldn't believe that, because I mean, what's his name, Logan Paul was doing it, Andrew Tate was doing it to that guy from the BBC. Like, the BBC definitely needs to be improved and investigated for the misconduct that goes on there. But essentially, they do employ some decent journalists, you know. So getting rid of it altogether to make way for having no standards of journalism, I do not think is a good idea. And Donald Trump, of all people, like one of the biggest liars and fraudsters on the planet, a dictator, it is really genuinely wild what we see going on at the moment.
These people still think this is a joke. All the snarkers and all the people, they keep coping hard about how, you know, Ethan's delusional, his lawyer's an idiot, this is all whatever. And it's going to start dawning on you. This should be the first peek at what's coming. And what's coming is the full fucking weight of Lady Justice's big, fat, swinging titties.
But Ethan's not just pulling a Donald Trump here. He's taking a page out of the book of a very important attorney.
I need to pause there because that was absolutely gross. And that is not about justice. That is the opposite of justice. That is not why we have a justice system, so people like him can carry on acting clearly out of control. Oh.
Attorney.
So I'm really anxiously looking forward to an opportunity.
Here we go. It's the they're not just anti-journalism, they're not just pro Anti-Defamation League, but they're also anti-Me Too.
To depose CNN. This will be the first time this has ever happened. And I think CNN is probably quaking in their boots. We have demanded that they destroy any doc. Told them to edit the tape. We want to get the commentators.
And look, I know in my last video I said that Destiny was like Alan Dershowitz because they both love teenage girls and the state of Israel. Well, for Ethan Klein, he's like Dershowitz because they both love to sue people as a pastime. Oh, and
that guy he mentioned, his video, I actually commented on it because I forgot his name. Destiny, that's it, Destiny. Yeah, he made a video about Destiny, and someone said that he spent like hundreds of thousands on bots. And I made a joke about it in the comments, and all of these people, because obviously he's got a lot of fans, the troll farm were out in full. They were like, it was a joke, it was a joke. He doesn't spend money on bots. And I'm like thinking, it didn't sound like a joke, but we know these people artificially boost and amplify their content, and then they really believe they are popular. I'm just saying.
Still, we can keep the Israel thing up there.
What do you think, like, Michael thinks about, like, frivolous lawsuits?
I think that Michael, he would believe that everybody's entitled to, you know, be able to have a lawsuit, and I think he believed in the law and everything. But that's why he had he fought for his, you know, innocence.
Yeah.
You understand two-party consent laws, right?
New York City is single-party consent.
I only say that because I told you the conversation.
The one thing I have to say about this lookalike guy is he kind of got the costume a bit wrong, because he's got sparkly leg warmers on, and I'm sure Michael Jackson wore sparkly ankle socks.
Was private and you agreed.
Not sure a court would see my messages as me agreeing with you, but I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Oh, my bad. I thought New York City, like California, was two-party.
Nope, here's a link to the law.
This is not me threatening to sue you.
That's so funny. Honestly, I love this guy. He's fucking hilarious. And another thing he did as well, I posted it on my community tab like a few weeks ago, but he did like a spoof interview with Alan Dershowitz to get him to talk about the returning to Israel birth program, which I think Ethan Klein said he went on. That's how he met his wife, actually. That's how he met Gila. But yeah, and then at the end he starts asking him questions about being a pedophile and about his relationship with Virginia Giuffre, and he gets proper angry and starts sending him threatening emails because he pretended he was a student. It's really funny. You have to go and watch it.
I won't. More so just expressing my disappointment that you would agree to have a private conversation and then publish it. I was polite and respectful the entire time, my friend.
Dog.
Says the guy that is literally threatening to find out people's IP from their Discord messages. Oh my God.
You straight up were not. You accused me of being a snarker over retweets of people promoting my content when I was just asking you for comment about my interview with Taylor.
But Alex, you started your last video with you shooting me with a pistol. I hardly think that's appropriate in this political climate.
It's clearly a Terminator issue T-1000 liquid metal disguising itself as you to make a metaphor for warring online communities.
I saw someone with a gun shooting at me. You think that's okay considering the rise of political assassinations?
Well, you're not going to like the new video either then. I've got a whole factory of T-1000 Ethans.
Please do not include imagery of me being shot.
I would never and have never done that.
LOL. The point is that you shot me. I can't tell if you're serious.
I already told you I shot the T-1000 liquid metal edition. That's not you. But I know it looks similar considering the T-1000 can disguise itself as anyone and anything. Have you seen Terminator 2 Judgment Day? It's a great film. Also, like Dershowitz, Ethan uses accusations of anti-Semitism as a shield from criticism.
I'm going to sue you if I can. And I feel like there's a lot of ground to it.
Because they're part of this anti-defamation league, which is propaganda. It's known. They were the people that brought down Jeremy Corbyn in a smear campaign on Twitter. Like, this shit is so real.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. So fuck you. Like literally fuck you. How dare you? After all this time, you go regurgitate all this shit in the most hateful, anti-Semitic, obsessive fucking freak way, and then to sit here and pretend like you're unbiased. Fuck you.
So using anti-Semitism as like a protection has kind of always bothered me. Like Jews in general who use anti-Semitism to dodge criticism is something that like grosses me out, because anti-Semitism is a real thing. I have had pennies thrown at my head. I've been punched in my head for wearing a yarmulke. Like, I have dealt with actual anti-Semitic attacks. So claiming that me thinking that Ethan Klein, his video, the Casey Tron video is, it's kind of, upsetting, and it feels like the lawsuit was kind of just, this was the goal. That's not anti-Semitic. Using anti-Semitism as a crutch is just something that makes me feel icky. And Ethan Klein has definitely used that as a way to kind of like push away criticism.
Ethan has even gone as far as partnering with radical Zionist Dan Saltman on a long-term sponsorship for the H3 podcast.
And that's where the relationship with money kind of comes in, is that Dan Saltman pays for this sort of stuff and allows him also to, again, be kind of introduced to H3's community as part of the
that is literally the definition of propaganda.
The brand. The weirdest part of the brand where Ethan says horrible things and needs to cut out before they're live.
You guys may have noticed we got a button sponsor. Look at it. Oh wait, my glasses.
My wounded inner child made me.
God, honestly, adverts are psychotic. Between the creators and the adverts.
Guys, they are our button sponsor. Basically, they've got a pre-roll. Whenever I hit the button, you'll see some Redact stuff now. It's a dream partnership.
It just makes sense.
People like to call me like an ultra-Zionist, genocidal maniac. And in my mind, I think the Jews should have gotten half of Germany. I think that would have been the fair thing to have in that situation. So it's just, but these people for their entire life have been told that Jews are evil, and that they want to destroy you. And if you kill one of them, you're gonna I don't know all the religious terms, but it's crazy. And to combat that level of indoctrination, there has to be a massive influx of resources into that area. There needs to be a McDonald's on every corner, and everyone there needs to be driving a Ferrari. And I know it sounds stupid, but it's only at that point that these people are that the residents of Gaza and the West Bank are going to be like, maybe, let's focus on something besides killing Jews, because life right now is pretty awesome.
Funny enough, when I spoke with him, Dan Saltman also offered me a weird sponsorship with his terrible company.
If you ever feel like pushing it, let me know. And, we have an affiliate program that I can get you in. And essentially, if you, for a lot of content, I think it makes sense. A lot of content creators,
not on this video, because I don't want to sick any bad people back towards you, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but
that is so crazy. He's literally making a critique video about him, and he's offering him a sponsorship deal for an affiliate link program, which is literally to steal the data from your audience.
Maybe in the future, but yeah, like if you're dealing, it sounds like you do stuff like, this is what this guy said in the past. That's like always the perfect segue into like, don't want to be the next subject of my video? Use redact.dev and make sure you clean up all of your DMs on Discord, Twitter, Reddit, etc. So, but let me know.
He's even got the arrogance to tell him what to say. Like, this guy is so creative and talented with his video making, and this idiot's going, this is what you should say to sell my product, so I can benefit from it. I just want to go back to the comments for 1 second. You feel like DJT chose the BBC for a lawsuit because his British bro Farage has a problem with them? It's all part of the same thing. Like, this is all it's far-right propaganda machines at work. I really would like, the thing is with Farage, is I know this woman that has fundraised for him and organized like dinners for him and stuff like that. It's so disgusting, and like all of these people have the same problem. They're just selfish. They only care about themselves. They have too much money, and it's just so destructive and toxic. But yeah, they're all part of the same agenda, which is to destroy anyone that wants to call them out. And they just want to carry on exploiting and taking drugs and doing all the other stuff they do and get without any pushback. That's really what it is. And it's like fascism. It really is. I know it's a strong word, but we are in a fascist world right now with this shit going on. Donald Trump just jumped on the bandwagon because he's the leader of it.
No, no rush.
Aside from business, Dan Saltman and Ethan Klein also share an extreme hatred for Hassan Piker and a vested interest in getting him deplatformed from the streaming platform Twitch.
Twitch continues to allow him to spread terrorist propaganda with impunity, without even seemingly a warning. Just a full-on endorsement of this terrorist organization.
He's literally just showed that you work with a propagandist. That whole thing about the dog was crazy as well.
Right here on Twitch. Now, I don't know if you remember, but basically this is what caused the apocalypse on YouTube, is that ads were showing up next to ISIS videos.
Ethan Klein's obsession with Hassan Piker was the first thing that started his decline in views and subscribers. His casual viewers lost interest and moved on to other things, while his core audience became more loyal and radicalized.
Our audience was extremely supportive and kind.
Yeah.
And again, so grateful, despite everything we've been through, to still have like a significant core audience that supports us, that knows who we are, right? That's the only reason we've been able to continue pushing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there'd be no point otherwise.
Even after making his entire content nuke and debating Hassan live months later, Ethan still can't let his grudge and obsession with Hassan Piker go.
I think he's so jealous. Who's Forgan? Yana. The woman I'm talking about, her name's Amanda Eliash. Her ex-husband is in the West. I've spoken about it before, but seriously, I really want to do a proper story about it. I really want to work with someone else and make a proper story out of it, because it's sick.
I promised everybody that I was going to take this to the next level when CPS showed up to my house. This is only the beginning. This is chapter 1. There's many more to come. And by the way, Hassan, if you think
I mean, do we really know that CPS turned up to his house, or was this just like a made-up story? Because I don't even believe it now, watching this.
done with you, I'm not done with you by a mile. I'm taking the trash out. I'm saving you for my main course, you fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter who spends all day long
calling out genocide and saying that it's wrong and saying that we don't want to support it and that our government shouldn't be supporting it and shouldn't be providing arms to them doesn't mean you support terrorism, Debbie.
line. It's funny, this narrative. Ethan's obsessed with his son. Literally spends hours every day on his stream talking about me. I saw the guy. Don't worry, buddy. I got time for everybody. I'm making time for everybody. You know what I mean? And I'm just that kind of guy. The world is wide enough for all of us. Hamilton. So don't worry. Don't worry. You know what I mean? We go from the bottom up.
and everybody's catching these hands.
If Ethan put half as much effort into making his podcast entertaining as he did into obsessing over online snarkers and Hassan Piker and filing frivolous lawsuits, he definitely wouldn't be hemorrhaging 10,000 subscribers every single month. He just doesn't care about that anymore. And I don't know if he'll ever be able to come back from that.
We never had to clickbait anything. Like, we would upload like
I don't know if he's showed it yet, so I might have missed it, because I've been trying to keep up with the chat and everything. But at one point he says he's a CEO of a company. So I went back and checked, because one of my earlier videos was about Mr. Beast's former manager. Mr. Beast's former manager, it has a venture capital fund called Night Ventures, and he owns Rooster. Is it Rooster? Something Rooster. Rooster Teeth. And that's what H3 Productions comes under. So really, Ethan Klein is a venture capital backed business, in case you didn't know. He doesn't really give a shit about the viewers and the revenue, like he said, because he probably just gets a payout from the investment. But at the same time, if he keeps hemorrhaging viewers and subscribers, his investment value is going to go down.
Thanksgiving, you laugh, you lose, whatever. And then people, that would get like 1 million views. You didn't have to clickbait it. You didn't have to be sensational. You're just like, here's a candy tier list. Those used to get a fucking million views.
Yeah.
Candy tier list, man. If we uploaded that now, content that I know people wanted to watch because they were watching it.
Yeah.
What would that get? Like less than 10,000 views?
Probably.
You know?
On True Detective Season 1, Matthew McConaughey said that time is a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle. For everything we've ever done or will
Matthew
do,
McConaughey is another scammer.
Well, the same metaphor can be applied to careers on YouTube. At the beginning of his career, Ethan blew up for his lawsuit establishing a matter of law for reaction.
It's so ironic that it was published on the BBC, that institution they're trying to get rid of.
Videos on YouTube. But now everyone on YouTube is blowing up at him for trying to change that definition to suit his goals of silencing his critics.
Yeah, Ethan Klein's lawsuit with Matt Haas is one of the most important lawsuits when it comes to YouTube. I have cited it, I don't even know, countless amount of times in my article. It's the only lawsuit that really took it that far, that really established what constitutes fair use on YouTube. And Ethan Klein kind of transforming into the person that was attacking him beforehand is, something that I've noticed. You start out as the guy who's defending fair use, creating the fupa like that. And then you are using the legal system with your own, monetary privilege, because you're a lot richer than these people you're suing.
By the way, my favorite part about this is like, you guys can shitpost on Twitter all you want, but this is an actual lawsuit and it's happening and it's coming and you're going to have to argue in front of a judge and this shit is not going to work, right? It's not going to work. That's the best part about this. You guys are fucking screaming into the wind.
In many ways, Ethan Klein has become just like all the guys that he used to fight so hard against when he was younger and less wealthy.
He's just a bully. He's literally just an online bully.
Matt Haas tried to silence Ethan for making a video laughing at him. Ryan Kavanaugh tried to silence Ethan for defaming him. But now Ethan is the one doing the silence. Ethan is the one.
I think Ryan Kavanaugh looks more like Conor McGregor than Harvey Weinstein. Where is it? You know what else as well? I think I forgot to pause on it, but he made a website for Ryan Kavanaugh looks like HarveyWeinstein.com. That is what they do. These people are trolls.
all the guys that he used to fight so hard against when he was younger and less wealthy. Matt Haas tried to silence Ethan for making a video laughing at him. Ryan Kavanaugh tried to silence Ethan for defaming him. But now Ethan is the one doing the silencing. Ethan is the one reacting to the court-settled apology instead of the one making the court-settled apology. And I bet at times that feels like a victory for him and his community. But in reality, it's just not.
This is Pod 5.
I agree. Where do you go from there? Where do you go if you get rid of anyone you don't like? You just are left with slop.
Lose. You lose everything. Look at me. This is me. I win, you lose. And you will continue to lose, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm not done. I'll never be done.
Instead, it makes him look like a bigger and bigger villain to potential subscribers. I mean, who's going to want to subscribe as a new watcher in the middle of all this drama when a regular H3 podcast episode looks like this?
You called me a racist. You said that I'm hallucinating anti-Semitism. You came out of nowhere. You came and you swung at the king. And you know what they say when you swing at the king, Dan?
I'm confused. Who's the king?
I am.
There's a saying in capitalist America that people vote with their dollar. Well, that saying doesn't really work or apply here anymore, but here on YouTube, people have always voted with the subscribe button. It's a way of saying that they either are or are not on board with what you're doing with your channel. If that number's going up, it's probably because you're working hard to improve your content and
Hey! Thank you to everyone who's subscribed to my channel.
people are subscribing to see you continue on that journey. But if the whole vibe of the channel slowly shifts to be vitriolic galvanization against women and smaller creators, you're probably going to vote to unsubscribe. And you should, because there's a lot of great channels out there that make well thought out videos and interesting podcasts that you might want to subscribe to instead.
Oh, that's the end. Okay. I hope you all thought that was good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'll post a link to that video in the description. And have I got anything else to say? I always remember things when I come off air. I'm like, oh, I forgot to say that. But yeah, like, definitely, I think this guy is on substances, 100, and I think he's paranoid, delusional, out of control, misusing the justice system, inviting other people who are misusing the justice system onto his channel. And yeah, I think that's all I really want to say about it. Oh, there was one more comment actually that was said earlier. Wait. Something about feminism. Where was it? He talks about minorities. Women, gay men, and black people always finds a way to sneak in targeted language. Yeah, that's very much what I see. It's like, I've been put off many creators just from simple terms of phrase they use or language, and I'm like very quick to spot it, I guess, these days. It's too much of it about, but yeah, there was a comment that you said about I'm a feminist now. I've worked hard on myself, but I'm going to weaponize my audience against women and say nothing about the harassment again. Is that him? He thought he was a feminist. I honestly really don't trust any guy that says they're a feminist. I'm not even gonna lie, because like the guy who made this video, Alex, Like, I don't think I've ever seen him saying anything about being a feminist, but I can just tell from watching his videos and his content that he clearly sticks up for women. He allows women to speak on his platform. And like I said, he looked into the victim of that guy, Mr. Bass, and allowed his mother her mother, sorry, an opportunity to speak about how she thought she had died. Do you know what I mean? That shows a lot to me. Like, anyway, I think I'm going to leave it for tonight. It's been fun, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video, please, and I will see you all very soon. Good night.